This is a case that makes your skin crawl, a chilling glimpse into the mind of a potential predator, as we examine the deeply disturbing interrogation of Jerry Hetherington, a man caught in the act during a Monroe, Michigan sting operation conducted by Takedown with Chris Hansen. In this video, we'll be exploring the shocking details of his interview, his strange and unsettling statements, and the psychological tactics used to break down individuals like him. This is not just another interrogation, it's a study of manipulation, denial, and an attempt to downplay or distract from a disturbing reality.
Okay. You have the right to remain silent. You understand that? Anything you say can and will be used against you in court of law. You understand that? You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you are being questioned. You understand that? If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You understand that? You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. You understand that? Okay.
In this footage, we witness the confrontation between Jerry Hetherington and law enforcement. Hetherington, a man in his 50s, had been allegedly targeting minors in what police described as an operation aimed at identifying individuals involved in child exploitation and predatory behavior. He's being questioned after being apprehended in the sting, but his responses, behaviors, and justifications are anything but typical. It's not often you see a predator like this, who seems to think that every word he says could somehow absolve him of his actions.
H-E-N-I-E-L? Yes. And last name is, spell that for me.
H-E.
H-E-T-H.
T-H-E-R-I-N-G.
I-N-G.
T-O-N.
T-O-N. Okay.
Let's begin by addressing some of the key moments from this interview. Jerry Hetherington's statements are concerning to say the least. At one point, he makes an alarming comment that suggests his intentions were far more calculated and sinister than he initially lets on. The infamous comment about creating a glory hole at his residence, a term that most people associate with illicit and dangerous activities, stands out as one of the most unsettling aspects of this entire interview.
We're on a special task force, right? I'm making sure that these kids that are out there aren't getting sold into sex trafficking or even something even worse, which is crazy to say something worse, but murder, stuff like that. I'm making sure, you said you've never been in trouble. I don't think you're a bad guy, right?
I swear to God, you can pull my...
Right, yeah, I'll do all that later, but right now you've been very cooperative, very honest with me, so I don't think you're a bad guy, but my job is to make sure you're not that bad guy, right? Because
as he sits there in the interrogation room, Hetherington's demeanor is remarkably nonchalant. His facial expressions, while attempting to mask guilt, are subtle in their shifts, almost too calm for a man who has been caught red-handed in a highly incriminating situation. It's this calmness that makes his words even more chilling. When he talks about creating a glory hole at his home, you can hear the casualness in his voice, as though it's just another day for him. To be blunt, this comment reveals the depth of his predatory thinking, his willingness to normalize something so deviant.
I fell for it. I was stupid. Okay. I should have never, and I know that. Because for one, I have a son, I have a daughter, and I have a grandson.
okay.
I would not want anybody to do anything with either of them. So why I let myself fall for going over to a 14-year-old's house was the stupidest thing I could have ever done. It really and truly was. It was dumb.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, there's no other explanation for it. It was dumb. I wasn't going to do anything with him. I swear to God I wasn't.
Okay.
I just really wanted to meet him.
Okay.
But I shouldn't have even done that. Why am I going to a 14-year-old's house that mommy's not home and meeting them? That was the stupidest thing you could ever do.
Yeah, I mean,
anybody.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I agree with you. I just, like I said, we gotta try to figure out why. And it kind of sounds like
What's equally striking in this interaction is the way Hetherington tries to downplay the significance of his actions. He repeatedly says things like, "I didn't mean it that way," and "I wasn't really thinking," attempting to frame himself as someone who simply made a mistake. But if you look closely, you'll notice the manipulation in his tone, a desperate attempt to shift the focus away from the gravity of the situation.
who you thought was a 14-year-old boy. How did that go? Well, I mean, was there something sexual in nature about?
Oh yeah, we talked about
what specifically did you guys talk about? Oral sex. Okay. Anything else about sexual about the?
I told him I didn't want nothing done to me.
No. Okay. You just wanted to perform oral sex on him. Okay.
And
that was after that you knew he was 14, correct? Okay.
Yeah. Stupid.
Did you send him any inappropriate pictures?
No.
No?
Not of me.
Not of you? Did you send any inappropriate pictures at all?
Yeah.
Of what?
2 penis pictures I got offline and 2 facial pictures I got offline.
Okay. But it wasn't you?
No.
Okay. Were you talking to him the whole time from Grindr to the thing?
He's trying to convince both himself and the interrogators that what he was doing was harmless, despite the evidence mounting against him. His body language is a key factor in understanding his mindset. He shifts in his seat, his hands fidgeting, his eyes darting away from the investigator, and his tone becomes increasingly defensive.
19. Yeah. That picture that you sent him, is that just a picture off the internet that you got?
Yeah.
Okay. Why were you doing that? I'm curious about that.
Because I don't really want to do stuff like this, to be honest with you. I don't want to...
So you knew it was wrong?
Yeah, and I don't want to do anything with a man, really. I don't know why. It's like I don't know, I can't explain it. It's like a thought that constantly keeps going through my damn head. That
fantasy kind of?
Yeah, that I want to do something with a guy, but...
Have you ever done
I've been married
anything
twice.
Have you had any sexual relations with younger men, anything like that? It's just kind of a fantasy that you've been building up and it just kind of won't escape? Okay. Yeah. So those weren't pictures of your penis, and then you were pretending to be the 19-year-old boy. Okay. And that cell phone number you were texting? No.
As his answers grow more inconsistent, the interrogator zeroes in on his inconsistencies, forcing Hetherington into a corner. But what's even more telling is how the interrogator responds. Instead of taking the bait, the investigator remains calm and methodical, acknowledging Hetherington's complaints but not allowing them to distract from the seriousness of the situation.
Okay, but it is your fault?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me more about, you said, I know you mentioned something about there's other people in the park. What do you know about these other people?
I know the guy with the green golf carts. Creepy. I mean, there's other...
Do you know his name?
I don't.
Can you describe him for me? Does he live around you?
He says to some people that he's in his 40s. Other people he says he's 30. I know that he hit me up on Grindr and he said he was 30, but he looks like he's in his late 40s.
Okay. Have you ever met with him?
No. He just creeped me out. And I see him because I have cameras on my trailer that watch things, and I see him scrolling past all the time when the kids are out playing, and I've always been cautious of him because of that, like I've watched him. Does he
have a conversation with the kids?
Not that, well, I don't know. They mostly play the other down the street a little bit, but they will ride their bikes like past my place and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just
something about that guy just gives you the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
He's just something no good kind of.
Even my neighbor across the street, we was talking today, and she said he creeps her out too.
Okay.
She's not sure if she can trust him.
Okay. All right. Here's the deal. We got your truck right now. Okay, it's up here at the substation. I don't know what's going to happen to it right this second. I can't be, but we got to go through it. Okay, and you're under arrest. We told you that. So the thing is, I want to know. I'm going to ask you first before we go through it. Am I going to find anything in there that's illegal, like drugs, weapons, anything like that? Okay. My other concern is, am I going to find big sheets of plastic paper, duct tape, crazy kidnapping tools, shit like that. There's going to be nothing in there.
No.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm giving you the opportunity. Like you said, you've been honest with me. I give everybody the same opportunity.
I swear to God, there's nothing like that. Stuff to work on my trailer.
Okay.
Like a couple downspout things, but that's the only thing that.
Okay. Here's the other thing. Again, it's not that I don't believe you. It's some tools. Okay. You have like a toolbox in it?
No, there's like I don't even know what the hell you call it. My uncle just gave it to me. It's I don't know, some kind of.
It's a delicate psychological dance. The interrogator knows that when an individual like Hetherington tries to deflect through physical complaints, it's often a sign of guilt. Hetherington is using his alleged physical pain to manipulate the conversation, to seem like a victim, but it's clear that the focus needs to remain on his actions and intent.
Serial killer bag in there with rope and duct tape and plastic sheets of paper. Okay.
No.
Okay, here's the other
I'm
thing.
telling you, I'm not a bad guy.
And like I said, I believe you. I gotta do my job to make sure you're not a bad guy, because bad guys tell me that all the time. Your phone that we got. Is there going to be anything on that phone? Google searches, how to kill a guy, how to kill kids, get rid of them, how to sell kids, nothing like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't have there's not going to be any crazy pictures of little kids doing inappropriate stuff sexually, anything like that?
No.
Okay. Anything on that phone that's going to alarm me in any other way, illegally? Anything like you're selling dope, doing crazy stuff, nothing like that? Okay.
I don't do anything. I really don't.
All right. So, and I believe you. But I gotta ask. It's my job, right? I gotta do what I gotta do to make sure you're not that guy, and I believe you. That means.
What's striking here is the stark contrast between his words and the reality of the situation. While he claims to be innocent, the actual facts, including the explicit texts, conversations, and plans he made with undercover officers, paint an entirely different picture.
Through this as quickly and as painless as possible, okay? That being said, can I take a look at that phone to make sure and verify there's nothing like we talked about on that phone?
Yeah.
You don't have a problem with me doing that? Okay, so this is another waiver of consent to search form. I just want to make sure I read you these rights again so you understand everything is illegal. I just want to, like I said, I'm not in there looking about whatever you do in your personal life. I want to make sure that those things that we talk about aren't in that phone. Yeah. Okay, so let me just read these.
The only thing you might find on that phone is where I looked up some of these crazy psychopathic killers out there.
Well, you've been watching Jeffrey Dahmer on Netflix, stuff
Yeah.
like that? Yeah. Everybody's got that right now. Jeffrey Dahmer, you type it in, and the first thing that pops up is a million things on Google.
There's him and another one too. God almighty.
Okay, I hereby advise you that you have the right to refuse to allow me to perform the search. You understand that? Okay. Any evidence or criminal conduct that I find may be used against you in court of law. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you understand each of these rights as I have explained them to you?
Yeah.
Understanding these rights, are you willing to allow me to perform the search on your cell phone?
Yes.
Okay. So, same thing. I just need you to sign that. I'm going to sign it right next to you when you're done. I get it, man. Like
I wasn't even going to go down there. As a matter of fact, I was like this, getting in my truck. Yeah. I was like, why am I doing this?
You knew it was wrong, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I swear to God though, and I don't care if you believe me, reports believe me, that camera believes me, I wasn't going to do anything at all with him.
Okay. No, I'm not saying I don't believe you.
It's just.
But you knew what you were doing and saying, "Hey, I want to give you oral sex to a 14-year-old." You knew that was wrong.
Oh,
you knew you shouldn't have been over there.
Yeah.
Whether you were gonna do it when you physically got over there or not,
right.
It's still illegal that you came over there and said what you said and sent, even though it wasn't your penis pics. You can't send minors pictures of penises. It's not right. And you know that. And that's why I'm not here grilling you.
I'm thankfully wasn't a minor too, though.
And I'm not treating you like you're a piece of scumbag. You've been very honest and open with me.
You guys gotta find somebody younger looking though, because I almost walked away as soon as I seen him.
Did you?
Yep.
How old do you think he was?
When
you saw him?
Saw him?
Yeah.
18, 19.
You think he was about 18, 19? Okay. I appreciate the honesty. You know?
I'm just being honest.
No, that's a good. I mean, that's a good thing for us to
Because
do.
when I walked up that door and he opened the door up, and I almost walked away because I was like, yeah, he's older than that. He ain't over 14, but.
Right.
In the end, Jerry Hetherington's interrogation highlights the disturbing tactics some predators use to justify their actions. Whether it's minimizing the seriousness of their behavior, making excuses based on physical ailments, or trying to divert attention away from their true intentions, these individuals often attempt to manipulate their way out of accountability. This sting operation, and the interview itself, is a stark reminder of the importance of vigilance and accountability in protecting our communities from those who seek to harm others.
Go over there?
Yeah, when you get to the jail, we don't have there's a process with everything. When you get to the jail, you get booked in, there's a phone that they'll let you use.
Okay.
Absolutely. So I give everybody this opportunity, right? You're going to have to explain yourself in court about this sometime. Obviously, our guy wasn't 14, but I give everybody the opportunity, if they want to write a letter to the judge about an apology letter, explain themselves, whatever you want to explain to a judge. I take the letter, if you write it, and I put it right in the report, and it goes right over to the courts tomorrow. I give everybody that opportunity. I'm not going to treat you any differently. I'm going to leave a pen and paper here, okay? I got to go do some paperwork real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll get you up to the jail.
The work done by Takedown with Chris Hansen is critical in raising awareness and keeping these conversations in the public eye. Thank you for watching. If you found this analysis compelling, make sure to subscribe for more detailed investigations into predatory behavior, criminal psychology, and the techniques used by law enforcement to hold perpetrators accountable. Until next time, stay aware, stay vigilant.